Looking for a quality used car at an affordable price? Come to Car Pros. The experienced professionals at Car Pros will help you find the car you deserve, priced to fit your budget. They have a great selection of late model cars and a network of lenders with interest rates as low as 2.49% WAC. Even if you have credit challenges, Car Pros can help. Apply for financing online at carpros.net and get a same-day callback. Car Pros is conveniently located on 13th and Santa Fe. Go see them today. Car Pros, driving towards a better quality of life.
Fox Sports Pueblo, 1350. This is the John Wristen Show. Let's join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi, along with CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves head coach, John Wristen.
And a very pleasant good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Car Pros John Wristen Show. We are at the Thunder Zone Pizza and Tap House. By people applauding out there, I think they're hearing us. They are hearing us in the back, and the head coach, John Wristen, is here on time tonight. Oh!
Well, I should be if I stop practice at the right time, and I can jump in the shower and come over here in 5 minutes. That was a record today.
That's good. Well, you should be refreshed. Victory will do that. Victory is a good deodorant, Johnny.
Yes, I have a pep in my step. That's for sure.
Well, let's talk about the ball game last Thursday night. I mean, it's went great, except for, of course, the weather delay. But you guys came from behind, I come from behind. They tied the game. It felt like a come from behind victory because they tied the game and had the ball and thought, well, man, this thing may get away. But defense came up with a big play, and then it just kind of snowballed from there.
Well, I think, let's go back to the first quarter. And I think that in all reality, we take the opening drive and go down there and make some great big plays. And I really thought that Brandon Edwards really did a nice job of managing the game. But the first run that we had with Bernard, he made a guy cut, make in the hole, and we got 8 yards. But all you saw was just red shirts and one white shirt trying to tackle him. And I just felt good at that point. And then that was the first play of the game. You just felt, okay, we're into it. I always try to get a feel for whether we're locking on and staying on and playing fast, as I use.
Right.
So that first play, I thought it was special. And then we had some little different wrinkles, and we used them that first series, and it was really nice. I think what was really nice for me to see is our offenses coaches executed a great game plan, but our players took it to another level about making plays when it was broken down. And I thought that was really, really a neat thing to see, because I don't know if we could have done that last year. But it doesn't matter. We're seeing it what happened this year, and so it's really refreshing.
What I liked, or what I noticed right off the bat, was the defense 3 and out. I wanted to see. There was a lot of unknowns after, when you come out of November to get to Thursday night, and that team put 57 a year ago, and you're wondering, okay, it's obviously it's the scheme and it's the plan, but can you do something about it? And 3 and out, and right there, then you knew you weren't overmatched, you weren't outmatched, you weren't outclassed. It's like, this is going to be a good football game.
Well, I think again, I was trying to allude to the first series,
right?
Both
right,
offense and defense, and so
you're an offensive guy.
Well, that was the first series of the game. You guys didn't, we got 50 some minutes to.
We got to ease into it, is what he's saying. We got
to ease to it. You guys.
We jumped to the storm.
Oh, no kidding. You guys are the media types that always do that. But anyway, that really was comforting to see our defense really try to execute the game plan again. Boy, I'm saying the same thing.
No, but it's true.
Yeah. But we try to match up on Oliver. We try to match up on Hoff, and so they were moving around. They were playing them in different formations. So a lot of times you thought, God, the guy's not lined up, covered, and I'm going on the head saying, he's not covered, and get over there, all that stuff. And we got to it, and we played fast. And to me, that was a team that had a cause and was motivated to go play in that game. And a lot of respect for Coach Brandon and the Mines group, but we wanted that game.
It's like you imposed your will on them as the game went on. They got back in the game, and they got the stop, and they had the ball, and it seemed like their energy level was up. They were woofing a little bit. But as it always happens, you talk about quick change in a ball game. That turnover it turned the game on a dive, and then you score on the first play out of the turnover, and it just kind of took it out of them. Kind of changed their way of thinking, I thought, as well.
Well, I look at every game. It has a lot of ebbs and flows, and how you manage that. This is a game of that momentum, swinging back and forth, and so I thought really going in from the Lightning delay, I really thought we should have been 14-0, possibly 21-0.
Right.
And we didn't. So you go in the Lightning delay, and you have to regroup, rethink, and you're just trying to figure out what the heck is, how are we going to manage this whole thing through. And so when I thought we went 3 and out, we had a punt when we first came out, put them inside the 10. I said, all right, hey, things are going good. And then another third and 7, and they converted. And they make a big play, and they gain a little momentum. And the kid Riley Hoff makes a great catch in the end zone. So we're 7 to 7. And then we get the ball, and we go 3 and out.
Right.
We didn't really respond at that time. And so you could feel the momentum build for them, feel the momentum and change. You could just feel it. And then all of a sudden, you just keep playing. They try to run that same play they did on 3rd down, and our linebacker got in the right spot. We got a turnover, went 14-7. Things were all glory after that. And so we just kept adding on and playing, gaining more confidence.
Well, of course, we had the weather delay, and the big winners on the weather delay on Thursday night was right here at the Thunder Zone Pizza and Tap House. I mean, it was wall to wall here we hear, and they're going to change things up a little bit on game night now here afterwards, but it got a little rowdy. But that's good to be rowdy for a football game.
Well, what I wanted to know is this isn't the first rain delay you've had to deal with in the last few years, and so what did you do? I mean, there were people in the Liamidi Center, there were people in their cars, there were people here, there were people at houses right around. All they were listening for is waiting to know when they could come back.
Well, it was the first time we've really had a rain delay here since Eastern New Mexico, right, when we first started in year 2. But this was nice to have at home. Yeah. There's so much nicer to have at home.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And it was just being able to be in our own training room, have a place to relax. But the whole pack house was a zoo. It was absolutely a zoo. And so, you like Mark Kreiner's first experience, he goes, God, this thing's a madhouse. Don't we have any control around here? Get used to it, buddy. And so we had that opportunity to learn from that. And our guys kept talking about making sure that we don't let up. We put on more steam and we keep growing. And it was really, there was a couple times where it got within 15 minutes and another lightning strike.
Right.
So finally I just said to the guys, I will get you at 10 minutes. We will stretch in here as much as you can, and then we're going to go out and get warmed up and ready to go. And so I don't know if we had a great plan, but it was sure nice being here at home. And the kids are the one that has to deal with it. The kids and the players all have to deal with how are they going to manage that delay. And you don't know when you're coming back out. You don't know any of that. And so that's the biggest challenge of it all.
Well, John, I was going to tell you that Joe and I rose to the occasion, too, during the delay. We did an hour and 58 minutes or whatever of just talk radio. Well, it was awesome. We were right up there taking questions. The people were into it, wanting to know what was going on. But we were there for you. We weren't going to go away. We came back strong.
Well, I appreciate it because there couldn't be two better guys could talk and fill nothing.
Kill time.
The Phil guys.
That just can kill time. But it was, okay, you get back to the game, and then I think we saw something that was just really neat. Initially, I mean, Brandon plays good. The package for AJ, the first one he comes in, was designed, plays good. The second package he comes in was designed. Then he stayed in because Brandon got dinged a little bit on that personal foul, that roughing play. But it seemed like the whole offense didn't miss a beat regardless of who was in there. And I think a lot of that's a veteran offensive line, for one thing.
Well, when you have a total of over 100 starts with all these guys in there, there hasn't been a lot of things they haven't seen or done, and so that was really cool to see them do that. But I was really proud of the way, I think Ty McCauley played his best game, and there was really, really a neat neat opportunity to see him play at a high level. And, last year he had a couple penalties that were unnecessary, and so he changed that, and so, except for one.
Except for one. We'll give him a pass on the one.
His old habits are hard to break.
But it really, yes, it was a penalty. Okay? Yes. So anyway, I thought Corbin played well. I thought Alex Mitchell came in for his first game,
start,
and I thought he did good. And then, you got steady Eddie Spencer, Nate that came in there. Willie Hayes was able to come in and play second half. And so, and our Morgan Smith did a great job blocking, and there was a lot of good things. And then, we lose Bernard, and Michi and Marche come in there and do a nice job. So, and our receivers, we made plays on third down. That was really, really nice to be able to see that.
Well, and your quarterback, Brandon Edwards, I don't think people realize he's redshirted. It's been a while since he's been in a game, and I thought he acquitted himself well. Maybe a little. He had to be nervous at the start. Anybody would be after not playing for so long. His practice is one thing, but to get out there in a game with 6,000 people in the stadium, and it's the biggest game of the year and the first game. But I thought he really acquitted himself quite well in that game.
Well, he came in and threw that first completion. It was pretty good. I think it was 13 and 19, and I think he had one drop. I think Morgan's was a drop. He overthrew his second throw. That was over on their sidelines, but the ball's on the money, and he was accurate, and that's what we expected out of him. And he's got the feel of the pocket and got a feel for it.
Right.
There was some comfort there,
and I was really proud of him. And I think this team I know this team has a lot of confidence in him.
Now, we had heard that he probably could have went back in the game. We were getting kind of messages back and forth. Now, was it a case in point where you finally just said, you know what, we're doing all right, we're just going to keep you out? What was the decision-making there?
Well, to tell you the truth, it's kind of funny. I thought Nick had pulled him.
Your trainer, Nick Horman.
Nick, our trainer had pulled him, and the headsets, it goes, you want to go with AJ? And I said, yeah, let's keep AJ in there. And then after I'm walking by about 6 minutes, and I go, are you okay? He goes, yeah, I could have gone back in. I said, I thought you pulled you. So that's how much I know about the freaking game. What's going on? So
it's all about that communication factor, Johnny.
Well, that's funny. That's exactly what happened. And I'm okay to tell that. I'm not very proud of it.
Well, maybe AJ told somebody not to tell you.
Well, I think
AJ will do anything to get out on that field because he loves it that much. I think
AJ deserved a shot, and that's what
he loves the game, doesn't he?
Well, yeah. And then what I want to say is he played well.
He played better than well.
And that's what we talk about. You're indecisive at quarterback, or keeping it close to the vest, or you got three guys who are capable, but you really do. And we talked a little bit about AJ, kind of off the record. He has gotten so much better. And he was never bad, but he's just gotten better and better as a passer and and it showed. And he looked like he was. If you'd had to go the whole game with him, you'd have been fine.
I agree 100% with him. I think he's really matured in a perspective of what his role is and how to do it, and he knows he has so much of what is his control, and let's focus on that. And I think he played outstanding. And he had an outstanding camp, and that's why I wasn't quite sure. I mean, I knew I wanted to try to get him in the ball game, but I also knew that we had a real good player in both Rex and Brandon, and we had to make a decision. And so we tried to been working on this package.
Well, and what I thought was interesting is that you planned to put him in, and you still stuck with that plan even though Brandon was playing well.
Right.
And that's, sometimes you almost overthink yourself saying, okay, this was part of our plan, but our guy is doing good. Do we still go with, was there any mention of, or any hesitancy there?
No, we knew we were going to play him sometime in the second quarter, and I think if you don't get him in the second quarter, you don't get him in the ball game, period, because then the third quarter happens, and then the fourth. So I think that was a plan, and it was a pretty good deal.
All right, we are at the Thunder Zone Pizza and Tap House. We've got hors d'oeuvres here, the appetizers, awesome. We got the burger sliders. You know, I had the full sausage sandwich Monday night. We had our fantasy football draft here. Incredible. Fried cheese, everybody loves that. We got a little different variation of the fried cheese.
Cheese curds.
It's like curds. Okay, it almost looks like chicken nuggets, but it's cheese nuggets.
And you know what you dip them in? You dip them in cheese sauce.
You dip them in a cheese, kind of a cheesy sauce. Exactly. Now, what are we calling these, Joe?
Calabrese. It's mozzarella. It's like bruschetta. It's mozzarella.
It looks kind of Italian to me.
You know what it is? It's healthy.
All right, good. All right.
It's the only thing not deep fried on this table, including the three of us.
Well, the Car Pros are bringing you the show this year, here from the Thunder Zone Tap House. Pizza and Tap House. Okay. Don't forget the pizza. But come on down and join us. We still got 3/4 of our show to go. You can sit with us afterwards. Still plenty of room in the back there. It's a pretty good crowd up front here tonight.
We need some questions.
And we got some questions. And Haley Sue has brought us some gifts tonight that we can give away. So in our third segment tonight, we've got the hot mic ready. If you want a T-shirt and a cup here, a Thunder Cup, you have to come up and give us a question live here with the hot mic. So that'll be a little bit later.
Oh, and look, when you pull those away, look what else is there. Quesadillas, John.
Oh! Quesadillas, number 4. I didn't take a picture. They got to add that in there. All right.
If they come up and ask questions, they can have a bite, too.
Bring a table and eat.
And bring a napkin. So we are here on Fox Sports Pueblo. It is the Car Pros John Wristen Show from the Thunder Zone Pizza and Tap House right here on 1350.
John Wristen Show on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
And welcome back. Thunder Zone Pizza Tap House. Got a nice crowd on hand here tonight for the Car Pros John Wristen Show. We're getting some questions coming in. We'll take those in our next segment. But if you have a question for John and want to text it in, 719-671-7574 if you are here tonight at the Thunder Zone. Come on over. We got T-shirts and we've got little glasses here, little mugs.
Cups.
With
those are cups.
Tundra's likeness right on it. Tundra's in the house tonight, too. You can come pet Tundra. But come on out. Come give us a question. We'll take your question now on the hot mic. If anybody walks up, wants a T-shirt or a cup here, come on over and give John a question. But we got him coming in. Once again, 719-671-7574. And a lot of the questions are coming in right now. Actually, comment.
Wait, we got somebody right here. Come on up.
Ready? Go over to the hot mic. You got to come to the hot mic. Grab the hot mic there.
Tell us your name.
Keep it clean.
It's Chris.
Chris? Are you a student or just a fan?
Alumni.
I like that. There you go.
For sure.
So what's your question?
How are we going to do this season?
Well,
there you go.
We're 1-0, and we maximized our opportunity on our first opportunity, so we're looking to go 1-0 this week. I think we have a great group of guys to coach. Awesome. They're a lot of fun, and we got a veteran group, and we're looking forward to play. We play here at the end of September, so come out and join us.
Definitely. Got tickets there for us?
No.
All right.
Yeah, you got to come to the show in a couple weeks, and we'll have tickets.
Hey,
all right, there you go. What do you want? You want a mug or you want a shirt?
I'll take a shirt.
All right. Well, you want an XL probably?
I don't know.
There's the XL right here.
Look at you.
All right.
He knows the sizes.
All right. I know. I'm not going to give it all away. You were trying to give them both away. We got a big line here.
I was just handing stuff.
Anybody else? You got a question? Grab the hot mic. Let us know who you are there.
I'm Tom Coleman, alumni.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing well. What are you going to do about penalties? You got way too many. Come on.
Going to be negative on you, Johnny.
You got to do something about this, John.
I appreciate it. We had a segment in the game where we had a penalty and then another penalty and another penalty, and it was all offsides, something that we can control. So I have an official out of practice today, looking at our alignments, trying to manage that. And then the things that we really is trying to stress are the things that happen before the whistle and then after the snap. We're trying to make sure that we can control those things. And so we really put a stress on that. I thought we had way too many penalties. I agree with you. I think it's all about the self-discipline of being able to handle that. And we got a chart every week about the things that take place before the snap and after the whistle. And if we can minimize that, we're going to win a lot of ball games. But I appreciate your point. That's a true fan right there, and I'm buying into that. Thank you. We're going to do our best. Thank you.
All right, that's how you do it.
And one penalty actually was a killer.
Right.
I mean, it cost you a touchdown.
Right, the penalty.
Yeah.
So,
John, coming up now is our very special. Usually they text a question, but this year they want to be here in person. You ready for your chance? Live radio? Go ahead.
What did you do?
Wait a minute. You got to give us your name. No, people out in Radio Land don't know who you are yet. Give us your name.
I'm Abigail Turner.
There we go.
What did you do over the rain delay?
well, that's a great question. Over the rain delay, we got the kids all settled down. Someone wanted to stretch in the training room. Some got treatments. Some guys listened to music. Some guys just got their feet up off the air. I did. I just kept walking around in circles. That's all I felt like I did. And then I knew it was going to be a little longer. I got on my computer and I watched the Mesa Western State game for a while. So I was trying to get out there and get our kids going, but it was hard to manage that 2 hours. And so I thought our kids did a great job. We got them some snacks. We got them some fruit. We just made sure that they were comfortable. And then when it was time to go, I got to make sure they got refocused. So that's what we did. Thank you for the question.
Abigail, you want a cup? They got all the stuff they want anyway.
Wanted to ask a question?
All right, here we go. Go ahead, Rod.
I'm Keen. Yeah, I'm a student in the nursing program here.
All right.
What are you drinking there tonight, by the way?
This is a Lining Kugels.
That looks good.
Yeah,
all right.
delicious.
Plenty of that on tap.
All right, so my question this week, big plays. What players do we need to look at?
Good question. I really think that we got a covey of playmakers. And I really like O'Shea Washington. I really like what Josh Smith has done on the outside. I think Sammy Long has come in there. I think that Kevin Rerich has got sure hands. And then at our tight end, I think Zach Boyd's going to be a big part of this game plan. Morgan Smith, Aaron Eckhoff. But I think on defense, you really got to be able to watch. Brandon Pear's one heck of a player on defense as an inside linebacker. And then North Sangola on the defense. And Darius
Not an interception.
Yeah, how about that? That was pretty cool for him to see. But really, I think I'm really anxious to see our quarterback and our wide receivers make big-time plays. So that was a good question. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And we got a chance for, one more. We're going to get a little photo up. I'm gonna bomb this one there. There you go. All right, I'm photo bombing my own photo. But
that's all right.
All right, we got another question.
Hi.
Address the coach there.
Hi, Coach.
Hi.
Do you ever think about going to Division I?
Do I ever think about going to Division I as a football program or me myself?
Yeah.
As a football program, it's not even feasible. It won't work because we don't have the money to be able to go to Division I. You got to have a lot of money. You got to sell this thing out more than 5,000 people to even have a chance to go to Division I. But we'd like to go compete against the Division I guys.
Not a lot of money.
Right. It takes a lot of money for those Division I, but that's a good question right now. Right now, we don't have the money to be able to do that.
There you go.
All right, there you go, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good question.
There we go. That's how you do it. We're out of prizes. You can still come give us questions.
Oh, Charlie will give us
Charlie, you don't need a prize. You don't need a prize. You want to give a question?
He wants a cheese curd.
Yeah. He just came up bring your fork and napkin. All right, what do you got for us, Charlie?
Well, I got a couple of comments and a couple of questions.
Okay.
Number one, the red pants. I really like the red pants.
Ooh. Thank you. I thought that was. Let me tell you a story about that. It was our guys kept talking to me about changing the uniform. It's been 4 years, and I said, no, I don't have the budget. Then allocated. They come in the first part of June and go, it was the last day of May. They come in and go, Coach, are you going to order the red pants? And I says, I don't know. I can't. It's too much. And then what happened was I called the Under Armour guy. Says, today's the last day. And they said, you got to order it. So I went ahead and ordered it. I really like them, though. I'm glad I did. I really thought they were sharp.
Well, that was good. Yeah, and can we expect a catch like Josh Smith made every week? That would be nice.
I think that would be one of the top 3 catches I've seen in this stadium in 10 years. That was a heck of a catch, and couldn't happen to a better guy. He's a self-made guy. I'm really proud of him to have that little bit of success.
All right, Charlie.
Thanks, Charlie.
Got any more?
The last question I got, and
you want this chair? Do you want my chair?
No.
I do.
Better yet, do you want his headset?
No. The other question I had, and you probably won't answer it directly, but and you guys might have talked about this. I couldn't hear you out there, but nobody knows, other than your staff, nobody knows Brandon Edwards better than Hunter Hughes. And you got any wrinkles, some stuff that's going to fool him? Like, he knows the guy, so you're going to throw something way different at him?
Well, yeah, we're going to come up with a game plan to attack what I know Hunter knows. You know,
Hunter's listening. I'm just telling you right now.
We got
Hunter is listening.
I got a question from Hunter in our next segment, by the way. Go ahead.
Hunter has an advantage in this game, and it's okay. But he definitely has an advantage because not only does he know our snap count, we have JT, the combined experience with Hunter and JT and Coop, that's over 20 years that they've been in this program. And so there's not a lot of little secrets, okay? It's trying to get my guys, my Jimmy and Joes, to play harder than his Jimmy and Joes. And so, and he's going to get his guys ready to go. And, but not you two. not you.
We just heard Jimmy and Joe, and
we're like the old electric football, John.
Remember the guys that don't?
Yeah. So that's a great question, and I think that we just got to play mistake-free, like he's preaching to his team, and let the kids trying to sell it. There's secrets, but there's really, you got to go execute it, and that's the bottom line. So I answered as truthfully as I could there, Charlie.
Charlie, those were great questions. You can come back next week. All right, there you go. All right. The big man. He's going to go back outside. They're playing games out there on the side. They're tossing the bean. What's that game, Joe, where they toss the beanbag through the open mouth?
Cornhole.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Okay, that's what they call it. That's what they call it.
What Charlie's saying is he can't hear the show very well in here, and he's a faithful listener, so he wanted to go outside and listen to it. But those are great. John, we had a train of questions.
Yeah.
John dropped the word covey.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Covey.
He dropped the word covey. It must be on his calendar, word of the day thing somewhere, because you're going Mr. Big Language on us today.
That's good, John.
Well, I'm surprised that you think Covey's big language.
Well, for considering the company.
Oh, for me, I got you.
For us. Well, we all got the same question. What are the chances Hunter's listening? Trust me.
Yeah.
Hello, Hunter. I know he's listening.
All right. So. Speaking of questions, we got some coming up. 671-7574, 719-671-7574. We'll come back in our next segment. We'll take some of those questions. We'll start the transition to the ball game against Hunter Hughes' West Texas A&M Buffaloes. But out comes your way next. This is the Car Pros John Wristen Show. We are at the Thunder Zone Pizza and Tap House. Come out and join us right here on Fox Sports Pueblo.
The John Wristen Show on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
And welcome back to the Thunder Zone Pizza and Tap House. It is the Car Pros John Wristen Show. We are here each and every Wednesday night. Come out and join us. Still plenty of time to get on out here tonight, and we got a ton of questions. This stuff is unbelievable. They put the quesadillas. They got green chilies in them.
Killer.
Awesome. The Italian stuff.
The caprese.
Caprese, okay. Cheese curds
in a cheese sauce.
And the little sausage, the baby sausage sliders.
Are these sausage or meatball tonight?
That was meatball.
These are meatball.
I haven't had one yet. Okay, so meatball sliders. Oh, man, I haven't had one of those yet.
You guys ate all the sausage one last week.
Well, I told you I had the sausage sandwich Monday night. Unbelievable. Great stuff. All right, you can order pizza by the slice. You can get the big pizza, the Chicago pizza. We had that last week, John. That was awesome after the show. So we're all lined up. We got a lot of questions here tonight, John. We thank everybody here in the house tonight. And I just deleted one by mistake. I'm sorry. But let's go. Uncle Charlie checking in. He always checks in each and every week. He wants to know we need to get some payback against West Texas A&M. What's Coach Wristen have up his sleeve for them? See you at the game.
Well,
everybody wants to know what you got up your sleeve.
Jeez, well, it's not up my sleeve if I go on the radio show talking about
exactly.
No, I'm excited to have a chance to go. First of all, I think I'm proud of what Hunter has done in his program there, and that just added a little flavor to this game, and bringing two guys that were very close to this program, did some great things, and I think those guys deserve every one of those opportunities. And
you're used to this coming from the Division I. It happens all the time. Not so much in Division II where a guy goes and takes the head job of someplace you're going to go, but coaches are transient, so you're used to going against old friends all over the place.
Well, I think, like I said earlier in the last segment, that really Hunter knows us better than we know ourselves.
Yeah.
And so, he knows our snap count. He knows everything that we do. And so that's an advantage of being able to coach it. But the key is you got to go execute. You got to go make sure that your execution is where it needs to be, and that's what I'm focused on, is our execution, not what he knows.
Right.
And what can we change? I'm not going to come in there and do some tricks and
come out in the wishbone.
Come out and do those things. We're going to come out and play Thunderwolf football. We're going to come out and play Thunderwolf defense. We're going to play Thunderwolf special teams, and that's what we're going to do. And we're going to execute it. And we can do that. West Texas is a good young ball club. They're going to be fine.
Well, and people don't understand. This is, in today's media age and huddle and all these things, finding film on somebody is not hard. You can break down every play of every game you guys have ever played, and Hunter probably has. So but you guys do that too as a staff, and you know all your opponents inside and out. You know personnel, you know numbers, and so it's not like the old days where you got the old run that back, coach. It's a little different now.
Yeah, it's there's no secrets anymore.
Yeah,
really.
It's just, can your guy block that guy, or can your guy outrun that guy, or can you hold on to the football?
Right.
All right. One secret we can't keep anymore. We got a lot of people. I've had 4 people text us in. People talked about it here, but why don't you go ahead and Johnny and update us the bad news from this week? Tell us about Bernard McDonald's status.
Bernard got hurt right there in the third quarter on a very normal hit. It was we just got word today about 3 o'clock that we all thought there was a slimmer hope that he was going to be able to come out and be out for a couple weeks and come back and play. But right now he's going in for surgery on Friday, and right now it looks like he's going to be lost for the season.
So that's the bad news. I guess the good news, if he wanted to stick around, you could probably apply for a hardship deal, and maybe if he wants to play next year, but that's up to him and up to everybody else, isn't it?
Well, he never was redshirted, so we can use this as his red shirt.
Okay, all right. See, that's he's so good. You think he'd had a red shirt somewhere along the line.
So this is his 8th or really the 7th semester of his schooling. In Division II, you have 10, and so we'll be able to get him back if that's what he
wants to do. Okay,
and I think in his heart, he's a football player. He's a baller. He wants to go compete. He doesn't want to leave like that, and so he's going to be lost. But next man up mentality.
Well, and what I've been telling everybody is, did you see 28 and 21 by chance?
They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're not bad at all. Ostamici had a great game, caught the ball, run the ball, and what I love about Ostamici,
39 isn't too bad either, Joe.
Yeah, they're okay. Yeah, I mean, these guys are okay. And they want the ball, so they're ready to play.
Yeah, they're guys who they're tired of being behind a McDonald, and they want to be able to do that. And so I think what happened last year with him getting hurt has given Austin a lot of confidence. And Marche, this is not his first rodeo. He's an older, mature guy that has a chance to write his own ticket. And I think he's going to have a big influence on what's going on.
Okay, a lot of people jazzed up about the red pants, Johnny, in the ball game. Now, this listener wants to know, are you going to wear those more for home games, or are you going to change things up? Maybe they really want to go out, and they want your red pants, blue jerseys.
I've been thinking about that.
That'd be cool, wouldn't it? So it gives you a little versatility. You gonna wear the red pants on the road, maybe?
No. I thought those blue jerseys, I thought you burned them. Those New Balance whole blue jerseys.
That's right.
Those are gone.
All right, we'll have to get a donation to buy some new blue.
But you know what?
But will you wear the red pants on the road? That's what this list wants to know.
No, I'm going to go all white.
All white. Okay, go ahead, Joe.
Well, we talked about that. The red pants with the white on the road.
Chiefs look.
But you know what? I mean, I tell everybody, you won the Natty in all white.
Yeah, that's
just
true.
There's something about this team in all white that just kind of looks. I don't know. It's got that thing for me. It's got that vibe.
Yeah, I like the all white.
I do too.
All right, Kevin Shriver, Corey, he wants to know, do you think, what are the chances Hunter Hughes is listening to the program tonight?
Oh, I think it's 100%.
Yeah. Well, you know what we do, or I say we, loosely, it's me, but I get the copy of the show tomorrow morning, John. It's out there for everybody to hear tomorrow afternoon and evening. They can listen to it as many times as they want. So if Hunter wants to listen, he can. And we'll check in with him Saturday. We'll say, hey, did you listen to the show? We talked about it.
And you know you won't, so he'll say, no, I'm too busy doing that.
No, Hunter will tell me. We have a special relationship.
Yeah, about the time he had to drop you off.
Tried to drop me off and said, get out of the running bus.
Do you remember that?
He's in the other bus.
I know, but he
knows
remember
the story.
we
laugh about it all the time.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite.
When was this?
That was the first year that I was doing the games down at West Texas.
So you're coming back, and Jim was down with me, but he came back with you guys, and so his car was at the hotel on the south side of town. So Jim tells the bus driver of the football team, hey, you got to let me off right here.
No, I asked nicely ahead of time.
And Hunter
didn't think it was a very good idea.
Hunter's like, are you kidding me?
So when we get to town, I'm starting to go, well, I don't see them pulling over. So finally he goes, take this exit. Let the damn radio guy out. So that's how Hunter and I got off to a good start. But we started rough, but we ended beautifully.
Hunter would never do that.
Oh, no, not Hunter. All right, but that's all. You had to bring it up. I forgot all about it.
Dude, we talked for 2 hours about our favorite travel stories, and that's one of them.
There you go.
That's up there.
All right, this listener wants to know we've covered this before, but they're listening to the show tonight. They want to know, why did Michael Wristen switch from offense to defense?
Well, I thought it was the best move for our Thunderwolf program, and I believe Michael's one of our top 30 players, and with Morgan Smith coming back and Zach Boyd and Aaron Eckhoff, and we moved Preston Guerrera over to tight end, there was an abundance of talents that were standing by me, and I needed to get the best players on the field. And Michael was also a defensive end out of high school that we originally signed him as, and then we thought he could be a tight end based on our numbers, and et cetera, and he's better at defense end than he's ever been at tight end.
Broomfield, North Clint, where do you? Broomfield.
Yeah.
And Gary Davies?
Yeah. Final question we'll take here in this segment here. Listener wants to know, it's the usual fare, wants to know your itinerary for this weekend. What's your plan for Friday and Saturday?
Well, we're going to practice here on Friday at 10:30. We're going to start our meetings at 10:30 and practice here, and then grab a sandwich, drive the 5 hours, and go eat at the Big Texan. And I can't find a coach that's going to do that 72-ounce steak competition, not like Coach Simonton did.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You should try it.
No, I probably could. And
that's all you need to be is sick for the next day.
I know, but in my younger days, I would have.
Yeah, we'd have tackled it.
Yeah. So then
we're veterans of the porterhouse from the old Three Thieves.
Yeah,
the big 42-ouncer. That's just half of it.
That's so. You guys got me thrown off.
So you're gonna leave. You're gonna leave probably about 3 o'clock, and you have 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, something like that.
We're gonna leave about 1:30, 1:45,
okay.
and then get down there and go to Big Texan, and then get them in bed, and then get up in the morning, do a walkthrough, have a couple more meetings.
And it is a night game.
Get them off their feet, and we kick off at 6.
You guys stay in Amarillo?
Yeah, we're staying in Amarillo.
All right, so that's our questions this week. We appreciate all of our listeners listening at home or on the computer or on your device, whatever it is, texting you these questions each and every week. We take them. We're going to come back after this timeout. We're going to discuss West Texas A&M, what they bring to the table. That all comes your way next. We are at the Thunder Zone Pizza and Tap House. This is the Car Pros John Wristen Show on Fox Sports Pueblo.
The John Wristen Show on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
And welcome back. Thunder Zone Pizza and Tap House. Car Pros, John Wristen Show. Be sure to visit the Car Pros. They're professionals, Joe.
Well, if you know Car Pros, that's Doug Nardini. And if you know Doug Nardini, you know that there's some high energy there.
Yeah, exactly.
Just high energy.
All right, that's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know.
We sure appreciate them sponsoring the show.
Absolutely.
Well, we got a nice crowd here tonight, John, and a lot of good, audience participation. We like that. We had a couple just came by and said, man, I'm chickened out about the question, but I want to teach. I go, next week. Because Haley Sue did a great job setting us up, and Haley Sue's going to do more great work next week, bigger and better work.
Well, I don't think they really want to ask the question. They want the T-shirt.
Well,
so we're
going to earn it, and she's going to provide the swag.
Extortion.
This might be the fastest show we've gone through, so we didn't have to talk. We've had
everybody else helping us out.
Points.
And you know what helps is winning, John.
Winning.
just keep winning, and the rest will take care of itself.
Well, okay.
Well, I said this. I've said it a long time ago, and I said it because if you go 1-1 in your first 2 games in these games, you're still good. If you go 0-2, you got to worry about some things. You got a scoreboard watch. But if you go 2-0, you're in the conversation. And I mean, you're in not just a conversation, you're in the conversation. So it's right there in front of you with West Texas.
Yep, it's that's really what it boils down to, Joe.
So what do you see in West Texas?
I see a team that's. I see a staff that is developing a culture in their program, and they got to do it their way. They got to figure out what's the best way for West Texas to be successful. Not what was the best way here at CSU Pueblo, not what was at those other places, but they got to figure out what's the best way to do it at West Texas. I think they're going to find an identity on offense where they want to run the ball, and they're going to be a play-action team. They're going to be where they hired the offense coordinator at Western State, Ryan McDonald. He's done a hell of a job with all that. And so he has a great opportunity, and he's picked us apart before, and he's done a nice job.
He also had Austin Eckler, who signed with the Chargers.
How proud of
I know. How great is that?
It's so cool.
We've watched Austin for a long time now, and he's one of our favorites, and he made the 53-man roster. Good for him.
Well, that's how smart John Wristen is. I mean, I had a chance to really recruit him and make a difference on
Well,
that.
a couple of guys you did recruit made some roster. You got 3 of them out there on the NFL.
Well, yes, I'm proud of that.
Yeah, Morgan Fox with the Rams and Brian Jensen, our good friend Big Red, is starting with the Ravens. And then Mike Pinnell's with the Jets.
Yeah, and I think getting back to your question about what I see in West Texas is a great opportunity that with a lot of young guys getting a lot of reps and they're trying to find their identity. They're trying to establish their culture there, and they'll get it. And
what do they do? What do they do offensively, defensively?
They're going to line up a lot like us. It's very similar. They're going to line up with 2 tight ends. They're going to line up with fullback. They're going to run the power. They're going to run the ISO. They're going to run the screens on the outside. They're going to try to throw play-action pass, get the tight end down the seam. They're going to try to read on their drop back and throw the skinny post on the things. Defensively, they're trying to get one more hat. They're going to move with their defensive linemen, and they're going to make sure your linebackers are fit in the right spot, and they're going to be physical. That's what I expect out of West Texas. They're going to be physical, and that's the way it's got to be. And that's one common denominator, I believe, in being successful in any program. And I know Hunter. Hunter believes in that, and I'm proud that he's taken that philosophy that he helped develop while he was here.
Are they a 4-3, 3-4?
They're a 3-4 team. And Miles Kochever, CSU guy that is defensive coordinator. They come up with their plan. I think they got a hell of an outside linebacker that's going to be tough for us to pass rush. They got a nose guard that's going to be very active. They're other guys, their secondary, you saw them all play out here.
Sure.
They picked sixes. They had another pick. They are tremendous athletes. And, I know they got some transition there, but they're West Texas, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks to me like, Johnny, talking to Hunter this summer, he said, I had to run off a lot of guys. I ran off 30 guys. And it's like, okay. But then I look at the roster. I look at the guys that are playing. The core is there. It might be just a little fringe wood that he showed the door that he didn't want any problems, but the core of this ball club is still got some pretty good experience there.
You're exactly right. These guys bought into Hunter. They bought into establishing the culture of what it was. Not that it's necessarily bad, but it's just what the new coach is going to bring and establish. I do know Hunter's done a great job of making sure the kids did the right thing in the classroom. They've done a great thing in involving the community, which they had not done. And so Hunter's making all the right moves there, and I'm proud of him. I'm proud of what Coop's doing there, coaching him. I'm proud of what JT getting their opportunity. And, I'll always be proud of him. They've given so much to this program that why not be excited for him, except for Saturday night?
Except for one game a year.
Win every game of the year, but that one, and then maybe in the regional playoffs, because that's how it works around here. But
right,
you know how that goes.
Well, and you're going into an environment that's usually kind of hostile. I mean, they get after it in their stands. It's a huge stadium. They could put 20,000 in there on a great game if they wanted. It'll probably be 7 or 8 for this ball game.
It reminds us of a Dutch Clark.
And they'll have their little cowbells and everything. So it's kind of a tough environment to go in and play your first road game.
Well, I think it's really important that our guys just focus on us.
Right.
Focus on us and do what we do. It's not about beating Hunter. It's not about me making sure that we do whatever we need to, okay? It's about the execution of the play and every play that you have an opportunity to. And then you'll have a chance to beat West Texas. But it's not about Hunter. It's about playing West Texas and the people in front of you.
And they've also got that big buffalo that runs out there on us. That's always intimidating.
I like that, yeah.
And it's kind of cool, and the fans will be ready. And I know you'll be ready, and people want to talk about revenge, but it's not. It's just you got to say, hey, this is the next game on our schedule. We got to stress that, and like you said, just go down there, business trip. You like to say?
Yeah, it's 275 miles. It's a business trip. We got to handle our business. We got to do all the right things. We got to make sure we only play against one team, and that's West Texas. And we did that last week. And I think, if we can continue that mantra and be able to do that, clean up our penalties, and I think good things are going to happen here.
All right, we want to thank everybody that came on out here tonight to the Thunder Zone Pizza and Tap House. We want to thank CarPros for sponsoring the show, and the food's great. Come on down. You can join us after the show. And, Joe, I'll even thank you.
Hey, why not?
I'll thank myself. I'll thank the head coach, John Wristen. Remember, we'll have the ball game for you on Saturday night. It is 5 o'clock local time here. We'll be on the air at 4:30 right here on Fox Sports Pueblo. We'll have the broadcast for you there. Kit Strife efforting as we speak. They're trying to get some kind of internet set up for us. I hope it works. Ripped all the phone lines out. It always makes me nervous, but we'll get it done. Caitlin Norton's been our producer and engineer tonight of the CarPros John Wristen Show. We'll be right back here Wednesday till we talk to you on Saturday night. Jim Brooks for Joe Cervi and the coach, John Wristen. Good night, everybody.
Go Pack.
Looking for a quality used car at an affordable price? Come to CarPros. The experienced professionals at CarPros will help you find the car you deserve, priced to fit your budget. They have a great selection of late model cars and a network of lenders with interest rates as low as 2.49% WAC. Even if you have credit challenges, CarPros can help. Apply for financing online at carpros.net and get a same-day callback. CarPros is conveniently located on 13th and Santa Fe. Go see them today. CarPros, driving towards a better quality of life.
Thanks for listening to the John Wristen Show on Fox Sports Pueblo, 1350. Tune in again next week at the same time for all things CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football. Only on Fox Sports 1350, KCCY Pueblo.